going to talk about the properties of triangles. But before we do that, let's see what you remember from elementary school. There are four types of angles. There are acute angles, right angles, obtuse angle, and straight angle. What do you remember about acute angle? Acute angles are very tiny. They are less than 90 degrees. A right angle is equal to 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is a very wide angle. It is a more than or greater than 90 degrees. And a straight angle is 180 degrees. So you have acute, right, obtuse, and straight. So before we do that, let's do an investigation. So in our investigation, we have a triangle. In a triangle, the three interior angles always add up to 180 degrees, no matter what. So if I take this triangle right here and I move it around, 31 plus 40 plus 109 adds up to 180 degrees. If I move it around again to, let's use 90 degrees, perfect 90 degrees angle right here. 90 plus 48 plus 42 again add up to 180 degrees. No matter what, it will always, the interior angles of a triangle will always add up to 180 degrees. Let's make 60, 60, 60. I know you can. I guess you can. Try my best. So 54 plus 62 plus 64 adds up to 180 degrees. Let's make it into an obtuse. Like this one, very obtuse. 18 plus 20 plus 142 degrees add up to 180 degrees. So again, the three interior angles do add up to 180 degrees. Taking what we learned from this, we are going to be able to do things with this. Find the measure of angle C. We know a triangle always adds up to 180 degrees. So 38 plus 85 plus angle C adds up to 180 degrees. So what is 38 plus 85? On my side of paper, 38 plus 85 adds up to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, carry the 1. 123 degrees plus C equals 180 degrees. We do know how to solve equations now. I want to isolate C. I need to get rid of 123. The inverse operation is subtraction. Cancel. Subtraction. What's 100 take away 123? That's 7. That's 10. Whoops. So the third angle C is 57 degrees. To check your work, if you add 57 to 85 to 38, it will add up to 180 degrees. So let's go through several examples. Find the C angle of each triangle below. Put the angle measure in the triangle. Measure the length of each side of the triangle below. Round to the nearest centimeter. Use the ruler from your mathematics reference chart to measure. So we have 100. We have 30. So 100 plus 30 plus x, which is this, equals 180 degrees. What is 100 plus 30? 130 plus x equals 180. How do I find x? I need to do the inverse operation. I take away 130 from this. I take away 130. So that would be 50 degrees. So 50, 180. So 50, 130 do add up to 180 degrees. Next one, we have 50, 60? I think it says 60. 50 plus 60 plus x add up to 180. So 50 plus 60 is 110. What do I add to 110 to get 180? 70 degrees. Next one, we have 60, 90 degrees plus x adds up to 180 degrees. Again, the three interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 no matter what. 60 plus 90 is 150. 150 plus x is 180. I'm going to do it in my head. It is 30 degrees. Next one, we have 120 degrees plus 25 plus x adds up to 180 degrees. 120 plus 25 is 145 plus x adds up to 180. Again, what's the inverse operation of adding? Subtracting. Subtracting. What do you get when you subtract 180 minus 45? You get 35 is the missing measure for that angle. We have 35 and 35. 35 plus 35 is 70. It adds up to x, which will add up to a total of 180 degrees. So 70 plus 110 degrees is 180. And last but not least, I hope, 65 plus 50 plus x adds up to 180. Again, why 180? The three interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. 65 plus 50 is 115, plus x is 180. Inverse operation is subtract. So we have 65 degrees. So, let's answer some questions about this. I don't know where, that is weird. I guess, 3. Which of the triangles are acute? That means it is made up of acute angles. Let's go back to each choice. A, I see an obtuse number, a number that is greater than 90. So not A. All of these numbers are less than 90. So B. All of these numbers, 90 degrees. That's not acute. 123 is obtuse. 110 is obtuse. All of these numbers are less than 90, so it's B and F. What makes a triangle acute? You have three interior acute angles. In other words, all the angles inside a triangle are less than 90 degrees or acute. Which of these angles are right angles? So let's go find 90 degrees. I think I only remember one of them. It was C, which is this one. This is a right angle, which is 90 degrees. So C is it. What makes this what makes a triangle right? It has a 90 degrees angle. So 3 are angles. All 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. Next one. Which of the triangles are obtuse? There are a couple of them, I believe. I think it was A. 100 degrees is more than 90, so that's acute. No, not this one. Not that one. D. 120 degrees is more than 90. And not that one. And so A and D. Oh, E. E. That number is more than 9. So A, D, E. A, D, E. What makes a triangle obtuse? You have an angle that is greater or more than 90 degrees. Which of the triangles are isosceles? This is a word, isosceles. This is how I memorize. Eyes. How many eyes are we born with? Natural eyes. Eyes. 2 of them. 2 identical eyes. Isosceles. So that's how I memorize it. I know it's kind of silly, but this is how I memorize it. Isosceles means 2 of the angles, 2 of the sides are the same. So let's go back and look at the choices. None of these are the same. Plus, if you get a ruler and measure each side of it, none of them will be at the same length. Next one. No, none of them are the same. None of them are the same. None of them are the same. 35 and 35. Can you tell that this side is the same distance as this side? These are equal distance. This one is the same distance as this distance. So this is isosceles. And an F, from what I can tell, this side looks the same measure of this side. If I take a ruler, I don't have a ruler with me, but if I did, it would. So it would be E and F. E and F. What makes a triangle isosceles? 2 sides or angle are equivalent. That means 2 of the sides are at the same length or measure. Number 7. What do you notice about the angles of isosceles? Same thing. two of the interior angles are equivalent, are the same. Which of the triangles are scalene? So this is how I memorize scalene. When you get on a scale in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, will you be the exact same weight to the tenths of a pound every morning? No. Depending on what you ate the night before, depending if you relieve yourself, you will be a different weight. So scaling, you get on a scale, you'll be a different. So scaling is all different. So let's go back to our choices. All of these are different. So A, this is the longer side, this is a medium side, this is a shorter side. B, all of these are different sides, 50, 60, 70. All of these are different again. This is longest, this is medium, this looks like it's shortest. Got ABC. D, this is the longest, this is the medium, this is shortest. So they're all different length. Not E and not F. So it is A through D. A, B, C, D. So what makes something a scalene? Different lengths or angle. Different lengths or angles. Which of the triangles are equivalent? This is how I'm equivalent. Equal. Everything's equal. I don't believe there are any. If I go back to, I don't think any of the sides have all three equal sides. What makes an equivalent triangle? All equal sides. So our next screen, that it? So the main thing that we learned is there are 6 types of triangles. There's acute angles, right angles, obtuse, isosceles, scalene, and equilateral. An acute angle, again, is made of all acute angles, all angles that are less than 90. A right triangle has a right angle or 90 degrees angle. An obtuse triangle has an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Then you have isosceles, eyes. How many eyes are we born with? 2. 2 of the angles or 2 of the sides are of equal measure. Scalene, scale. When I get in the morning, I get on a scale, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 times. It's going to be a different weight on each day. So it's all different. And last but equilateral, all equal. That means, here's a trick. Here's a thing. If you have a triangle that is equilateral, that means 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter. All the sides are the same measure, equal measure. What would the angle be in each one? So think. X plus X plus X equals 180 degrees. What should I replace X with so they are equal distance so they're all 180? You have 3 X's. We're simplifying. 3x equals 180 degrees. What operation is the inverse of multiply? Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So it is 60, 60, 60. An equilateral triangle have all equal sides. And the last thing we learned is, what do the interior angles of a triangle add up to? 180 degrees. So let's do our last question. Find angle C. Let's see. They forgot to tell us B. But from what I can tell, if I twist my head all around, it seems as this angle, A and B, look like they are equivalent. It is, because it is isosceles. 2 of the sides are the same. Plus, you can even tell it. So this must be 39 degrees. So 39 plus C adds up to 180 degrees. 39 plus 39 is 78. What do you add to 78 to get 180? Let's do the inverse operation. Subtract by 78. Subtract by 78. 102 degrees. So this is an isosceles triangle, and I can name it as an obtuse triangle. Properties of triangle.